Andrew Goodhead, you are going to be making an adventure to the BizNews Conference, riding 1,500 kilometers from Cape Town. What made you want to do this?
How's it, Alec? It's good to be here. Thanks for having me around. I really love BizNews. I have always wanted to attend the BizNews Conference, and it was on a long day at work that I decided it was time to go, but I needed an exciting way of getting there.
Why? I mean, most people are going to get on an aeroplane or drive their cars.
I've always loved cycling. Tour cycling is my passion. It's quite a phenomenal opportunity to be able to be going slow enough to experience the surroundings, but fast enough to actually get there.
Tour cycling, is it a big thing?
Tour cycling is a big thing. It involves carrying all your equipment on your bike, very much like hiking, but you're on a bicycle.
Oh, this is a mountain bike, not a motorbike.
Not a motorbike, a bicycle, yeah, pedal power.
But you are going to get a bit of assistance. You're not pedaling the whole way.
I'll be pedaling the whole way, but I'll have some assistance. I'm going to be riding an e-bike, but I'm going with an e-bike and a difference. I'm going to be towing behind me a solar panel, and the solar panel will charge the battery as I ride and make it a bit faster and sort of an off-grid e-bike experience. Are
e-bikes usually internal combustion engines or other type of engines?
You do get petrol-powered sort of assistance. They're known as the old mopeds, but this one is a battery-powered electric bicycle.
Okay, so this is battery-powered, but on top of that, it's solar battery-powered.
Yes, a normal e-bike could last maybe, 30, 40 kilometers until the battery is drained. And I'm going to be cycling 220, 230 kilometers per day. I don't have the time to wait for the batteries to charge, and there isn't really a grid to plug into in the middle of the Karoo. So I'll be carrying my own charging capacity in the form of solar panels.
Mopeds go quite quickly. How fast does your e-bike travel?
I can travel up to about 50 kilometers per hour. At that speed, my legs just start spinning. But I'll be trying to maintain a speed of sort of 25 to 30 kilometers. That would put me on the saddle for about 8 hours a day. If I go any slower, the sun will set before I get to my bed at the end of the day.
How do you train for something like this?
I haven't done that much training, but I've done a lot of cycling in my life. I cycle to work every day, and then just some stuff on the weekends.
Andrew, we're talking about 8 hours in the saddle every day for 7 days.
That's right.
That's a heck of a
There'll be a sore bum at the end.
And where are you going to stay along the route?
I'm going to be staying with BizNews community members. So the BizNews tribe have been very generous in offering accommodation. And I'll be staying in there.
Hot meals, I hope, and a hot shower after 8 hours in the saddle.
Yes, I think they will be more grateful for me having a hot shower than me.
Have you got a decent seat? I mean, I just think of a bicycle saddle and the idea of even spending an hour on it now, not such a good idea. If you're doing it for 8 days, it's worse than riding a horse. For 7 days, rather 8 hours a day.
I have my favorite seat, and it's been with me on a lot of adventures. My bum sort of formed its shape. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's understand. You're leaving Cape Town on a Sunday, and you're going to arrive at the Drakensberg Sports Resort
next week, Monday.
On the Monday.
Yes.
And we'll all be there. The whole BizNews team will be there, and the Drakensberg Sports Resort staff. We're all going to be waiting for you, so you'll get a good reception.
As I limp in.
But along the route, what do you do? Is it an opportunity to maybe think a lot, or do you watch a lot, or what keeps your mind busy during those long days?
I'll be sure to be listening to the Power Hour.
So you're going to have podcasts on?
I'll definitely have podcasts.
Good.
It's a routine in my life anyway, so that will be something to keep me going. And then South Africa is a beautiful place, and there's beautiful people. So I will be taking in the scenery and chatting to all the people I meet en route. I'll also be taking special note of some features along the way. I'm a civil engineer, and I find bridges quite fascinating. So both the bridges and the road surface will be of particular interest to me and my bum.
That's your bum. It's quite interesting you talk about bridges, because there are some pretty old bridges along the paths or the routes that you're going to be going. Do you get is there historical interest for a civil engineer to actually stop and have a look at the way that they used to build bridges maybe 100 years ago?
Absolutely. There's an old technique called dry packing. They don't use any cement, and it's just the friction of the rocks. It's a phenomenal art that we've lost, unfortunately. There's a whole website dedicated to mountain passes of South Africa, with a historic write-up of all the particular passes. So I'll be passing through a few. One of the big ones is Oberg Pass from the Tankwa Karoo up into Sutherland. It's a big hill, and I'm excited to slog it out.
Well, I hope it's not raining or that there's a lot of cloud cover that day, because you're going to certainly, on a big hill, need the support that you can get from your E part of the bike.
The solar part, yes. So with the collection capacity that I have, I'll be towing behind 2.5 square meters of solar panel, and that will give me about 360 watts at peak performance. And to put that into context, a professional cyclist like Chris Froome can put out about 400 watts continually. So I'll have almost a Chris Froome to help me out in the middle of the day. Obviously, during the morning and evenings, the power is reduced quite significantly to zero.
Andrew, I'm just trying to think about when you go through the Karoo, where it is really hot at the end of February. Are you, during that time, going to be able to go faster if the sun is beating down?
The power is going from the panels straight into the battery, and then I can draw it as I want. So not necessarily faster, but my battery will be charging more during the peak hours of the day. And then I'll use the battery as I need, as I go up a hill, or if there's a headwind. The rest of the time I'll be pedaling to keep it going.
What about things like sunburn or refreshments along the way?
That's a real thing. A athlete needs the sustenance. So I'll be wearing long sleeves, sun cream. I've made a cool rim for my helmet. So it's a helmet with a hat. And then just good old water and potatoes, future life. I enjoy future life.